Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So the other day I was going through all my astronomy gear. I keep some stuff in a bag and some stuff just kind of hanging out over on a bookshelf. So what I'm going to do today in this video is I'm going to go through all my astronomy gear that I keep on both the bookshelf and in the bag. And I'm just going to kind of quickly run you through what I've collected over the last 9 years or so of doing amateur astronomy. So I'm going to go through some of my astrophotography gear, some of my sketching gear, which you've seen videos of me doing sketches. So I've got a quick video of some of that stuff. So I'm just going to kind of throw that all together for you guys to watch and see what I've got. So please be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button. And if you'd like to be notified of future videos, be sure to hit that little bell button right over here somewhere. So please be sure to do that and stay tuned and I'll show you that. Alright, so here's some of my gear that I have. This is the stuff that I can't fit inside my astronomy bag. So this is stuff I just kind of have laying around. Right here I've got my Bahtinov Mask, or however you want to pronounce it. That's to help focus. So these cause diffraction spikes on a bright star, and you just line up the diffraction spikes and then you end up with a nice focused star. And then you can point your camera or your telescope or your eyepiece or whatever at your object and you will be in focus. So that is a very handy thing to have. I made one at one point in time out of cardboard. It was a big pain in the butt, so I bought one because it's easier to buy than it is to make. Alright, next on the list here, I have my Canon T3i. Now, I do not use batteries. What I use is a power supply. So the power supply comes, basically looks like a battery. As you can see, that's not an actual battery. The plug plugs into that, and then this little flappy here allows the cable to come out the side so that you can close that door all the way. And attached to it, I also have an intervalometer. So here we have delay, so when I hit start, it'll take 5 seconds for that to take a picture. Long is the length of the picture, so this is going to get me a 2-minute exposure. Interval is 5 seconds in between. N is the number of frames you're going to take, in this case 50. And then this just has sound on or off. I have sound on because I like to hear it beep. That way I know it's running. So anyway, that's my camera. Next on the list, let's see. I have this adapter right here that allows me to attach to my eyepiece, and then I can slide my phone into there. So, as you can see, I can take my phone and I can slide it right in. Slides up. And then you can tighten it, and that goes right up to the eyepiece. And you can make adjustments sideways, up, down. So that's really handy when you want to do like moon video or moon photos just real quick with your camera. That's how I took the image of Orion with my 32mm eyepiece review that I did. You can check that video out. Next is a new purchase I just got. This is a gooseneck kind of tripod thingy for my action camera that I'm using right now to record, and that attaches up here. And what I'm going to use this for is to attach to my clipboard for sketching, like so. Bend this around, and now we'll have a better view of sketching, and this won't be moving around while I'm sketching, because that was kind of annoying me. I'm sure annoyed you, the viewer. So I haven't tried it out outside yet, but I think that's going to work pretty good. That's a new item I just purchased, so that's cool. I like the little clamp and the little attachment, and it does allow for 1/4-20 attachments on there too, so it doesn't need to be that attachment. And then another new item I got is a Celestron dew shield, or light shield. I am going to use it to hopefully reduce dew along with my dew heater, and also to block lights from nearby street lights. So hopefully that helps that out a bit. especially for imaging purposes. This was gifted to me by a buddy on Twitter who I've met at NEEF a few times, at Urban Astro NYC. So that's an awesome gift. I really appreciate that. And obviously my clipboard and my paper. I got a pre-drawn circle on here. I have a few pages with circles drawn on them already, ready to just have a clear night. Another thing that I have, I don't usually take it outside with me, but got my sketches in here, my lunar sketches over here, my deep sky sketches over here. And then this bag right here, don't let the Bosch fool you. This has no tools in it, but what it does have is all my sketching gear, all my sketching equipment. And it apparently all fell apart in here, so cool. Anyway, so that's an eraser shield, that's a sharpener. I don't know, I mostly just use these guys, and I've used this a few times. I haven't used that, I'm not sure what it is, some kind of artist leather thingy, I don't know. That's a kneaded eraser right there, which I need to use to just do some final touch-ups on a sketch I have right now. Little bits of sandpaper here to sharpen or get pencil lead off of your smudge tool. Here I've got all my pencils. I'm not going to open it up, but you can see 8B to 2H is in there, so it's got a good range. My eraser and a Write in the Rain blank notebook. I like it because it's durable and it can deal with the dew and stuff when you're out imaging or sketching or just observing. I don't know. I might go back to using it, who knows. I really like this notebook though, so I'm definitely going to use it for something. So now that we've done this, let me go grab my astronomy bag and we'll go through that. This is the bag I use for all my astronomy gear, so let's have a look at what I got in there. So over here in this little pocket, that's where I keep my zoom lens. (8 to 24 millimeters). You've heard me talk about this before on the channel. So if we look at this, it's the LV-Zoom. 8 to 24 millimeters. So that's what I've got in that little pocket. Then over here in this pocket, I've got my newest eyepiece, which I've mentioned already. It is the Highpoint Plossl 32 millimeter, fully multi-coated. That's what that is. There's no twisty bits on it or anything, but that's what I've got there. Alright, now let's unzip this to see what else we got going on here. Oh, would you look at that, a bunch of gear. So right here I've got my Thousand Oaks multi-channel dew heater controller. I only have one dew heater that I use right there, and that's to go around the end of my telescope. Now what I use is I use wall adapter to change it from, so that I can plug it in like that, because I just plug into a regular outlet when I'm out there. So I've got one for that, and then I have another one which I use for my CG5 mount, so I can plug in the power from the mount into here and that into my outlet, and that's how I power my telescope. And when I store my telescope, I take this off. I really need a new or better finder scope, but this is all I've got and this is what I work with. So, and then over here I've got my corrector slash reducer f6.3. It's model number 94175. And that's what I've got in here. I'll just pop it open real quick. Have a look at it. It's got its dust covers on, which I'm not going to bother taking off because I'm doing this one-handed. So, but that's the reducer I use when I'm imaging, and sometimes just visual astronomy. I throw that on just to get a wider, less magnification. And then I've got my T adapter. It's a Celestron T adapter SC. Model number is 93633A. And that just screws on to the visual back of your SCT telescope. And then attached on the end here, this is a Canon EOS adapter. What happens is you line that up with the white mark on your telescope or your camera, and you twist it into place like it's a lens. And then that right there screws onto your T adapter. So that's that. What else do we have in here? Over here I have a Cheshire collimator that I use with my 6-inch Newtonian telescope. I'm not going to go into details on how to use this in this video, but I've got this. And I also have a laser collimator. I think it might actually be dead. I don't think it's powered up, but you can kind of see. And then you line up the laser with the middle. That's also with my 6-inch Newtonian telescope. I don't use that for anything else. What else do we have in here? I also have my Coma corrector, which only gets used on my 6-inch SCT. That's just kind of set up like the corrector reducer. It's got dust covers. I'm not going to open that up. Also, in here, have an Orion variable universal camera adapter. So what happens with this piece is you drop an eyepiece down in there, you secure the eyepiece, you attach your camera, not this, but this piece that I was showing you that attaches to the camera like a lens, that screws onto here and allows you to view with whatever magnification eyepiece you put into this. So that's pretty cool. I honestly have only used this for a couple images, and it was mostly with the sun on my 6-inch Newtonian. So that doesn't get a whole lot of use, but it's a handy little thing to have. Anything else? Okay. Now up here, I have my Meade 12mm Astrometric Illuminated Reticle. Let's see if I can get this on there. Yeah, there we go. You can kind of see it in there. I mainly just use this for polar alignment. I've yet to actually figure out what all the little markings measure in my telescope, but I can use this in order to measure the size of, say, moon craters or the separation of double stars. So that's this little thing. It's just got a little knob on the side that I use to turn it on and off. It clicks when it's on and clicks when it's off. You can adjust the brightness so it's not overwhelmingly bright when you're out there. And then I have a Celestron 2X Barlow, and that's a 1/4-inch eyepiece. I don't have any 2-inch eyepieces, but that's my 2X Barlow. Anything else in here worth showing? I think that's everything in that zipper pocket. Now we go to the next zipper. Pop this open, grab the top item, and the top item is my guide scope and guide camera for when I'm imaging. It's a 50mm Orion guide scope, and that is the Orion Starshoot Autoguider that I use. And then in here, I also keep the hand controller to my telescope in there, just so it's not outside and attached to my telescope, and all the different weather. And then the final thing I have in here It's an old eyepiece kit, a Zhumell or Zhumell, however you want to pronounce it, eyepiece kit. I actually bought this when I got my first telescope. I bought this in, I think it was 2011. And I just wanted different eyepieces. That's back when I had the Astromaster 114 inside here. I have actually misplaced the 32mm eyepiece that was in here, but it came with a pretty decent Barlow, 2X Barlow. It had a 32mm eyepiece. I don't know where it is, but it also came with a 12.5mm eyepiece, a 6mm eyepiece, and a 4mm eyepiece. I use some of the stuff in here, like that Barlow. I use that, and some of these filters I use. I don't really use the red, the number 23A. I don't really use any of the colored filters. That's, I think, a green and number 56. This one is, I think, blue, number 82A. Another red, maybe? I don't know. Like I said, I don't really use these. Number 21. That's a yellow eyepiece. That one is a number 12. Now, the two filters I do use the most. I guess I don't need to carry this whole case if these are the two I use, but this is a polarizing filter, number 3 filter, and I also have a moon filter, all in this case. So that's what I've got in there. Let's see, do I have anything else in here? Oh yeah, I've got a white shirt. Now, what the heck could I need a white shirt for? That's for shooting flat frames. I know it's all wrinkly on you. Probably not going to iron it, but I'll wash it. But yeah, I put that over the front end of my telescope. I usually end up using the strap from my headlamp to hold it in place. I get all the wrinkles out, make it nice and flat. I then hold my computer monitor. I'll do a video on this later on. Hold my computer monitor up with a text file open, so it's just a white background. And I adjust my camera to get certain settings, and then I take pictures, and that helps me create my flat frames. So I don't think I have any more gear in here. Nothing in the sides. Yep. So that's everything right there. Hey everyone, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you watching this. And if you did enjoy it, again, please be sure to hit the little like button and the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching.